It runs back. Yeah. Okay. So before we get started, Siggy, Jiggy, get it? Okay.
I don't.
Just not
Signature, we call it
smell
Siggy
enough.
for short.
Oh.
So instead of getting Jiggy, get Siggy.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
I get it. Not really funny to laugh.
Okay. So I want to start all the way over. Ready? So first and foremost, let me hit this up. Notebooks and pens, please. Welcome to Advanced Training 1. And that first portion of Advanced Training was designed to do three things. Get you more appointments, so props. Here's what's really positive. When you come to events like Advanced Training 1, Advanced Training 2, and then your next phone jam, here's what's really important. We're going to give you a lot of information to get you better. So what makes sense to have right after these functions? Appointments, and really good ones. So props, Vika with 7, Sydney with 5, Jordan with 4, John will catch up with 3, and Lexi with 7 after. If you always have 5 to 10 appointments after an event within your 3-day window, in your first 10 days, you're going to be fully trained. You're going to get off to really fast starts. That's the first thing, first comment. Second commentary, back to page 16. B means all of you had a nice job, did a nice job. Means that it's not memorized for sure, but it's going to get there. We're very confident. As long as you don't get a C on anything. C means we're going to freeze your appointments until you get it memorized or get to a B, because if you don't, then it could hurt your future business because these are recommendations. So far, so good. Second objective of the training is to make sure page 16 is down. So that's why we force the role play. Third objective is to cover your schedules and make sure you guys are comfortable with what's going on the next 3 days. So before we start, I also want to reference where everyone is at. I think this is really important. If you remember, I talked about a certain amount of push-ups during the workshop. You remember what it was? What was the analogy when I talked about being a personal trainer? And
When you said like I did 10 push-ups.
Yeah,
and
10
then
push-ups.
I haven't changed a bit.
Yeah, 10 push-ups. Here's what's really cool. None of you have 10 push-up syndrome, which is positive, okay? We do have people in your training group that have 10 push-up syndrome. They've done 1 to 3 appointments, and the job is already not for them. And of course, we have to have this conversation. Unfortunately, what happens with those people is they clearly don't get the same type of faster results as you're going to get having done the job the right way so far. So here's what I mean. 10 push-ups. Well, John's good and Vika good, and these are not the 2 individuals, by the way. They're good. They just had class today. But they haven't really done a lot of appointments. Sydney 5 for 5. Okay, I think it's a nice start, but just like I said, I wouldn't get too high on the high and also not too low on the low. You know, Lexi, I know you're disappointed with the number of appointments you wanted to have versus what got done, but he will still take first promotion. And Jordan, you know, haven't done any appointments, so we don't. There's nothing good, nothing bad. You just haven't done enough work to make a significant break yet. It's 10 appointments. Remember, 60% closure ratio means what? 6 out of 10. So once you get to your first 10, then we're going to adjust, but we don't adjust anything until we know where your first 10 appointments are at. So the sooner you get to that, the better. That's the first thing. Number 2, I talked about 10%, 80%, 10%. Remember that? And I said 10% of you will be under 1,000. 80% of you will be between 1 and 3. And then and the high 10% of you will be over 3,000. And I want to say this, and not everyone's numbers are on the board, but it worked out exactly like I said. You're the top 10%. Most of you guys are in the middle part, and there are also 10%, about 2 to 3 people who didn't convert. And that's totally fine. Because remember, we're only in the 3rd day of training. How long is training? Training is 10 days. Okay, so I just want to start with that, and we're going to impact these numbers. Here's what's really cool. I'll end with this and start. Doesn't matter where you're at. Like Jordan, you're at 0, right? Okay, doesn't matter to me, because when does the week end for our order submission for you to get paid for the week? Midnight. So it is only what, 11:45. You have all the way through whatever appointments tonight. Very, very often people will leave here, and if they're at 0, they'll hit the first or second promotion by tonight. Or if you're, Sydney, this was actually I think Kirsten. She was over 3,000 by events training, and I think she doubled it up to 5 or 6 the night before, right? But she had 2, 3, 4 really good appointments. Lexi, like I just met with you, I have 0 concerns as long as this is happening. If this is empty, I have concerns. So what's great is that the best is yet to come. So you guys are doing a great job. Second thing I want to say thank you for recognizing your friends. Is this not working? Here we go. Okay. I want to say thank you for recognizing your friends for the job. So we sent the text message program out, and you got all different types of responses, as in, why are you recommending me? On the worst end to, hey, thank you so much. One of them, what a blessing. I was praying for a job. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to say it. But how cool is that? Like, think about that. I was praying for a job, and you answered my prayer. I mean, I just want to say that that's an awesome feeling, and everywhere in between. From my business standpoint, I want to say thank you because you saved me thousands of dollars. That's why we're trying to send you to Cancun, and all the prizes with the epic a $250, $150 signature experience that you get. That's pennies for me compared to what I would have to spend to advertise for the job. So thank you, and I just want to give you props. So Lexi, first of all, you've got 3 people. Elias, Johanna, and Bridget are people that have set up interviews based on the text message so far. Okay. Jordan, you have 10. Okay. Stacy P, Jessica Hudson, Claudina, Janielle, Tierra, Stefan, Anna, Giovan, Rigo, and Tiffany. Okay. And then Sydney, you have 9. You have Ian I, Mitch M, Priscilla, Camacho, Mike Lopez, Daniel T, Billy B, Dominic with a K, Duran, Bobby Hunt, and Alex Roca. Okay. Here's what's really cool. Sometimes you'll hear that list, you go, I haven't talked to that guy or girl. And you know what's really great? You didn't have to do any work. And you're going to help us build a team, and you're going to get yours at the contest. Okay? So just a friendly reminder, don't try to explain the job when they text you. Yeah. And if they do, say you got to go to the interview. And here's what I also know. We probably sent out close to 2,000 text messages on Saturday, and this is the response. So we have 3 different waves. 3 different waves of how to get you to Cancun. And we're one of the best offices in the company at doing this. The first wave was already done. It was the first text. Okay. The second wave we're going to talk about right now, it's called triple threat. And then at the end of training today, we're going to do what's called rep driven. And all 3 of these will help you get to Cancun and get your prizes. Thank you for this one. This one's done. Okay. And some people might get a second text, and they'll respond, and you don't have to do any work. We'll set them up. In fact, some of your friends are in the interview right now as we speak because of this. So thanks. Second thing is triple threat. So I'm going to show you real quick. These are the prizes that Luke reviewed, if you remember. Okay. So once you get the 2, you'll get a chance to qualify for the. Luke covered this, right? Yeah. Okay. So you get a chance for the Yeti Rambler or a $25 gift card. Just a little easy, fun prize to say thank you. It's too simple. 4 and 6 respectively will get you $150 to $250 signature experience. And I want you to do something you wouldn't normally do and get a gift certificate instead of just me giving you $250 or $150. Because I can give you cash. I want you to do something and take a picture and take a selfie with your friends or your family and say, hey, Jeff, thanks for the money because this is what we did. Like, make it fun. Make it fun and blame me. You guys understand? Like, make it fun and say, this is my mom, Jeff, and I took my mom out to dinner or something. I mean, something like that. That's fun. Or go indoor skydiving, go top golf, do something cool. And then here, travel voucher gets the 10, gets you a travel voucher, but the Cancun contest is only how many PRs? You remember? Yeah, it's only 8 PRs to get you to Cancun. Okay? So while on your way, at the end of training, I'm going to give you some ways to get that. So this next part of how to get you more friends for Cancun is called triple threat. And we've done a lot of company research because we're the college student company. And we found that ironically, on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, you guys probably would guess, are the 3 most popular ways and the most effective ways for us to help get personal recruits onto the team. For some reason, people respond way more when you post on these 3 forms of social media. So what I'm going to have you do before we start the instruction part is I'm going to have you take a picture of one of those 2. See, there's different stations. There's one with the starfish over there. There's a station over there by the door. You pick which one you like. I want you to take a picture of it. And then just like Alex Jessup here, you know Alex, right? This is Alex. So this is her friend who recommended her. So this is Alex. She's in France already?
No, she doesn't go till June.
Oh, okay. So this is Alex, Sydney's friend. And so Alex did this last summer. You take a picture of the poster and you put down, my work has openings, $16 or $15. Don't put an hour because that's actually, I had to make her change it, but I didn't take another picture. It just put $15 and then hit me up for details. You don't have to do the bit emoji if you don't want. That's just kind of her personality. You know her, right? Yeah. It's just fun. But my work has openings, $15. Hit me up for details. And here's what's really cool. Because they respond at such a high rate, all you're going to do is let the inquiries come in today during the training. Don't respond. Don't try to answer questions. If you need their phone number, get their phone number and say, hey, my manager can give you more details. At the end of training, you just give us all the people that inquired that said they were interested, and we will call and we'll set up another 5, 10, 15, 20 of your friends for the Cancun trip. Okay? And at the very end of training, we're going to get a hold of the people who didn't pick up the phone because they don't know the number. Like I know I get text messages and phone calls all the time, And if I don't know the number, I don't usually reply. So people who are set for interviews don't care and reply to text messages like that. This will be people on social media. At the end of training, we're going to take all the people that you think are really good and can come in for the job that didn't pick up the phone, and we're going to call them, but instead of calling from a random text, we're going to call them from your phone. So what's more likely to happen every time? Yeah, they're going to pick up and they'll say, Jordan, what's up? You'll say, hey, Jeff, I'm at my job right now. Can my manager Luke talk to you? And you hand the phone over to Luke, and Luke's going to set them up for an interview. Way easier. Okay. So real quick, do me a favor. I don't care which one you go to. If you grab your phones, we'll do Instagram, Snapchat. Okay, this is on your story. This is on your story. This is on your wall. So just take a picture, and I'll put Alex's picture up here so you know what to post. So you can pick the poster. We'll take 30 seconds. My work has openings, $15. Don't put an hour. Hit me up for details.
So the 2 that are here count as my friends?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 5, right?
Yeah, no, they have to get accepted
Okay.
and they have to finish
Oh,
training.
so the 3 those are the ones that are accepted already?
Those are the ones that set up an interview so far.
Okay.
So
And the ones that are here that set up an interview?
I think so. They will count for you if you right now. Cool. Yeah, either one. Both of those posters work pretty well. Perfect. Good. And then one more time, this is Alex's little deal. It says, my work has openings, $15. Hit me up for details.
Hello?
He said, if they call again, we'll have to call me on the break.
It's a lady speaking Spanish.
Okay. Okay, so post that. And remember, don't respond during the training. During the breaks, I'm going to keep asking you how many people responded, how many people responded. And all those people will count for us helping you get to Cancun. Okay? And if it's someone you don't have the phone number of, I'll tell you what to do later at the end of the training. This is the top 10%.
What?
This is like the middle
Oh,
and
perfect.
top. So what I talked to in the car is actually
86.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I want to bring up Kirsten again. And the reason I bring up Kirsten is because you met her on the first day of training. But Kirsten was part of our championship summer last summer, and she saw a lot of people see success. And specifically your situation, where you were either the top 10%, like Sydney, or right in the middle, where we expect you to be, like Lexi, or maybe you fell a little bit short, like Jordan, because you haven't done enough appointments yet. We don't know. How about some tips from all the reps that you see? We had 142 people sell Cutco last summer out of our office, and no one sold more per student than our office. What would you say were tips from this event on?
I mean, as long as you are doing enough appointments and you have your 3-day window. I mean, you guys probably talked about booking your 3-day window, right? As long as you are consistent with doing your appointments, you really can't fall short unless you're not completing your appointments. It's like how he uses the 10 push-up reference. You can't do 1 push-up and expect results. So as long as you're actually doing the appointments, booking, making sure your 3-day window is completely booked, you're gonna have success because it's a numbers game.
Yeah, it is a numbers game. Cool. Thanks, Kier. Appreciate it.
I'll see you guys.
We snap loud too. We snap for. There you go. Cool. All right. So
Let's put on all 3, right?
Yes, please. So Facebook wall, Snapchat story, and Instagram story. I'll give you another 30 seconds, and then we'll get started.
If they're in another state, can they still do it?
They can, but for now, let's focus on local,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
we'll do those later after the contest.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Okay. And before we start, brand new sheet of paper, Advanced Training 1, and you will remember this day as the day where you got a bunch of light bulbs and your business got better. Why? Because every week this is the meeting where this happens. And why do we have this meeting strategically on Monday? Because we want to give you 2.5 days to get out there, make your mistakes, do well, do okay, or screw up. And now we bring you back in and more coaching. But I want to start off by saying you guys are doing great. I mean, first of all, I want to recognize you and say thanks for all the friends you recommended. And just between the 3 of you here, we're already at 22 just from the text message. Doesn't count all the people that are going to flood in right now from social media. Some of you already have a response. And doesn't even include the people that we'll get a hold of at the end of training today. Number 2, the key was to get to 5 appointments by today. Okay? The closer or over 5 you get, the more on point you can, the easier it is for us to adjust your presentation. So if you look here, I want to give props to Sydney for getting to 5 appointments. And it doesn't mean Jordan and Lexi are in trouble. It just means you didn't get to 5 appointments. So that's going to be the big focus. Okay. Number 3, first sale. All right. So two out of the 3 made your first sale. Lex with the a discounted wheel and deal signature. So solid. I mean, we'll get to the big sale soon. Don't worry. But at least you got one of the most popular sets. And then Miss Sydney, I believe, which of the most popular sets were you able to sell?
I sold a homemaker, but I sold mainly the smaller sets.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And there's so much positive about that because maybe she had customers with buyer's remorse or customers that had some budget restriction. Because she called in the right way, we were able to find a set. And instead of walking out with 1 or 2 knives on the sale, she got them some type of a set. And I'm going to reference all that today. I also want to recognize those of you that were able to get 10 or more recommendations on an appointment. And the more you do page 16 the right way, take the tips I teach you, you'll be able to do that. And then also tomorrow, my favorite meeting of the year is called our Sales Leadership Development Meeting. And Luke spoke about this. If experience and resume is at the top of your list, top 3 of what you want to get from us, if advancement and becoming a better sales representative is one of the top things you want, if opportunities to get into our leadership training program right now up here, tomorrow's SLDM, you've got to get invited to. And you only need to be at your first $1,000. So Lexi, congratulations. And also Sydney, you guys have already qualified for that meeting. And I can tell you, everyone who comes to that sales leadership meeting always sells way more after. So make sure you take a ton of notes and we'll talk about the schedule at the end. And then props, we had 2 people come to 10K coaching in the morning. We had John, Pham, and Vika come in. Part of it because they couldn't come today. But I'm encouraging you to come in starting tomorrow because we give you lots of extra coaching and you don't do it past your first 10 days. It's just so you get off to a fast start, okay? So diving in, I want to say you've only been doing this for 2 days. So if you're really pumped and feeling like you're on cloud 9, remember, you gotta stay even keel. And if you're disappointed because, for example, the appointments didn't all go through or you only got 1 appointment, right, Jordan? Well, can I get the phones away? Okay. That way we're ready to rock and roll, okay? I want to show you that you guys are exactly where you need to be because we have people in every one of your situations. I only hit a first promotion. I'm at 2. I haven't sold anything. So look at some of these individuals. These are people who all had a $10,000 fast start. And the blue represents what they sold by this meeting. And it's really interesting to watch. So this is close to you, but almost 1,000. And both Brett and Nathan had $13,000 and $13,000 fast starts. Because look what happened when they left advanced training. They sold another 4,800. And then Nathan sold another 5,000. Look over here. This is interesting. This is more like you, okay? 0 or like 1 knife. So Ben ended up selling 11 grand for his fast start. He left advanced training. How many appointments do you have? Perfect. So far 3. We're working on it.
I have 4.
You have 4. Okay. So $6,000 coming out of this. Look at this one. 1,900, 1,100. Okay, 2,000, and this is going to be more like Sydney here, closer to 3,000. Right. And then look what happens after. So again, I want to reframe everything and say you just started and we're not even really into the heat of it yet. Okay, that's what I want to start off by saying. And then I want to cover some best practices. So here's me when I have a new sheet of paper. I want to talk about all the things that are happening that are causing successful reps to really do a good job. Number 1, and I want you to write this down, is calling at the right time. Calling and checking in at the right time. So I want to review this real quick. And those of you watching the video, this is where we cover what the need, where we cater the instruction to the team. Okay. So everyone, open up your training manual with your notebook next to it. Turn to page 8 and 9, just like this. Calling in at the right time. And Sydney did the best job with this, and no coincidence, there were some sales that followed. And it wasn't perfect. There were still things you messed up, but overall, did a nice job. And here's what I want to say. Look at page 9 and see where it says, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job. It's right where you asked for the sale. See that? Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, did you want to go ahead, Miss Lexi, and get this signature or this homemaker today and get the free shears or the free, whichever one they were excited about. And you smile, nod, and you shut up like this. Miss Sydney, I wouldn't be doing my job today if I didn't ask you, did you want to go ahead and buy this now and you can have the matching kitchen tool set for free? Okay. And remember, they're going to say what? Either yes or no. The key is having confidence to know that doesn't matter what they say, we can still have a potential sale. And I want you to write underneath where you wrote down calling at the right time. Most sales happen after a no. Most sales happen. And I'm going to use Lexi, who is number one in the training group. You have 2 promotions. You made $400. You made 5 sales. How many of those 5 were, yes, I'll take it. No problem. No questions. No hesitation.
Like 2 of them.
2. So most of your sales, 3 out of 5, you have to wheel and deal. You have to call us. We have to work on it. When you're done your first 10 days, you're much better at doing the wheeling and dealing without calling. You still call. Why? To let us know how it went or to ask questions. But you'll get better at that. If they say yes, right? You're gonna say congratulations. Right? You're gonna love your setup. It's all word for word. Congratulations. You're gonna love your setup, Cutco. Before I write that up, let me show you our 2 sets that come with the steak nest. But first, let me check in with the office. So I want you to draw this little chart. You have yes and no. Congrats. But first, let me check in. And then what's the word that we use for the code? Definitely. Hey, Luke, it's Lexi Hayes, right? Lexi, okay. Hey, Luke, it's Lexi Hayes. I'm checking in with Miss Sue. This is my 9 o'clock. You got me? Okay, cool. We just did the presentation. She loved the homemaker, and she's definitely going to get that. So I want to see where we should go from here. And then Luke will walk you through how to go to the signature. And I would assume this is how Lexi sold hers this weekend. Okay. And then ready? Best case scenario, we offer a discount. So Lexi's sale would have been a homemaker, but with free stuff would have been under 1,000. Instead, we hooked up a better set. Who was the sale to?
My stepmom.
Yeah. So stepmom got a better deal, a better set, and her CPO was over 1,000 instead of under 1,000. And that's a picture perfect demo. Said yes. And we upsold, okay? If they say no, okay, the key is the first thing here. The okay, no problem. Anyone know why that's the key to making sure you still sell when they say no?
That it's okay.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
okay.
have to buy.
Yeah, ready? And ready? Two ways. Okay, no problem. Lexi, okay, no problem. Jordan, okay, no problem. What's wrong with all 3 of those?
Just like worried and sad.
Worried or sad, and that if you already knew that more than half your sales, 3 out of 5 were going to be a no, but they're going to be a sale in the end. Oh, okay, no problem. Oh, Mr. Jordan, okay, no problem. Calm, cool, collected. Okay, no problem. And then word for word, it shows you, what does it say? It says, if you don't mind me asking, what is it about the homemaker you're unsure of? Was it too much for the, what is it? What do you say?
Too much for the price.
Too much for the price or too many options? Is it too much for the price? Right? Or is it too many options? Is it too much for the price or is it too many options? And either way, you're going to call us. Too much for the price? Okay, no problem. Let me go ahead and check in with my office. Oh, it's too many options? Okay, great. Let me go ahead and check in with my office. It's the same thing. When you're more experienced, you don't have to check in. If they say it's too many options, you just go to the galley. Okay? If it's price, okay, no problem. And remember, if it's price, it's one of 2 situations. We talked about the one situation. What's that? Buyer's what? Buyer's remorse. Do you know the other situation? If I'm your uncle, your favorite Filipino uncle, and Aunt Heidi, and I say, oh, sorry, sweetie Lex, oh yeah, it's no problem. It's the price. If it's not buyer's remorse, let's just say I'm the Amex dad. Like, price is not a problem. Why do I say it's the price? I don't know. The price is a little much for us.
They want a deal.
They want a deal. Right? They want a deal. They want a deal. See, you have to remember and just don't think and speak like a college student. College students don't usually invest in things. Mom and dad's Mac customers invest all the time. So anything that's over 1,000 you're investing, they always try to work a deal. I've yet to see someone say yes to the first price of a car. I've yet to see someone say yes for the first offer for a house. I've yet to see someone, even including myself, who says yes, the first, how much is that MacBook Pro? Okay, cool, done. And if they do, well, then that's a great customer. But most people say, well, let me shop around and see if I can get a better deal somewhere. It's common consumer psychology, okay? So I just want you to get really comfortable. And then once you call in, what's the keyword here? considering.
Considering.
But the key is also your tone. Hey, Jeff, it's Lexi. I'm calling in from my 9 o'clock with Miss Sue. Okay, go ahead, Lexi. Yeah, well, we did the presentation. We had a really good time. Right now, they're saying it's not a good time for them. I mean, they're considering it, but right now it's not a good time. Confident, friendly, and really just taking your time. You know what? The option, they think it's too many knives for them. So they're considering the homemade, but I think it's too much for them. Both, we'll tell you what to do. We'll either wheel and deal, or we'll tell you, Lexi, just go down to the next set. Okay, cool. Miss Lexi, you know what? No problem. We do have actually another set. We have a lot of options. I'm sure we'll find that set that's better for you. So let's go ahead and show you the galley set. And you go to the galley set. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. People who understand this will sell way more, and the rest almost kind of takes care of itself. Okay, so far so good. What's standing out? What's giving you confidence when I cover that tip? When I cover this, I'll go down the road. What stands out in terms of, I guess, this tip? Yeah, calling in. Either what I didn't do, what you didn't do right, or what you did well and need to do more of.
Just the way I word it, the way I put my tone,
Good.
the way I know how to handle it.
Tone is really important. Because ready, people will come off of you. If you're really confident and it's no big deal, then their confidence is no big deal.
That it's okay if they want to, if it's too much, we can always work around it and give them a better option. Or if the price is too much, just call the office and they'll just help us out with that.
Ready? The easiest way, if it's a no, call us.
Yeah.
Okay? It won't be like that your whole Cutco career. It's like that because you're in training. Cool. Joe, how about you?
I think being able to know that I can call in.
Yeah, well, then, ready, it's not that you can call in. You are supposed to call in. All right? That's my second. Okay. I'm glad you said that. This is my second tip. Remember this? Follow the
Manual.
cut lots of
Food.
Make sure you're having
Fun.
and call the
Office.
yeah. Did you do all 4 on that 0 sale?
No.
No. Did you do all 4 and all 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Did you on the 2 sales? Did you do all 4?
Yeah, I mean, I had definitely more fun on my second two.
And how about this? The one that was a 0. Did you do all 4 or did you miss a few?
I tried to have fun, but it was my first demo ever.
Yeah.
And
So,
it was
but here's the cool thing. So we already.
We're
Think of us as the doctor, and you're the patient, and you're freaking out, and we're like, hey, here, just take this. We're good. This is how I want you to feel today after advanced training. We've got all the answers, and you've only been doing this for 2.5 days. Second thing I want you to write down, completely different tip, okay, is building value. I want you to write down building value. Okay. You guys remember this from training? Value equals quality over price. Okay. Value equals quality over price, meaning you get what you
Pay for.
All right, Joe, what does that mean?
If you buy something really nice, you're gonna get the best quality.
Yeah, and if I spend cheap, what happens?
you'll get cheaper
Yeah.
quality.
Because price is based on materials. Remember that? I'll use Lexi as an example. If you go to Payless Shoes, you get a certain leather. You go to Nine West, you get a certain leather. You go to Nordstrom, you get a nice leather. If you go to the boutique itself and go to Christian Louboutin, you get a different leather. You're paying for the material. What's different about us? Well, we have a Ferrari quality, right? But we don't have Ferrari price. Why? Remember, it's the business reason we can do that. How can we afford to sell our Cutco product for the price we do, which is less than a competitor? Where's our product made?
You are.
Yeah.
In New York. Okay, that's the number one reason we're able to sell and beat Henkel's and beat Woolstop and beat Schuh. Okay, that's the first thing. Number 2, I just want to do a little visual. Here's value. I'll do it this way, actually. Here's you. Okay, you go to the customer's house. Here is value. The value they have in the product, if they've never seen Cutco before, is it really high or really low when you get there? Low. Why?
Because
They have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you say $12.73, at the price $12.73.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jones, thank you for seeing me today. I really appreciate your time. By the way, I'm going to show you a set later. It's $12.73. And there's one that's 18 and one that's 22. But I'll show you later how it works. You lost the sale. Why? Because what's bigger in their mind when you say it?
The money.
The money. So what do you have to build up?
Value.
Yeah.
Value. So that's why we do the 7 steps to the sale. Build rapport, establish credibility, create a problem, offer solution, create the need. And the more of the presentation you do, the more value it is. So now what does the customer see? The value. What didn't change?
Price.
The price. It's why people like getting nice things. Lexi, would you rather have a Honda or a Ferrari?
A Ferrari.
Okay. Why? Even if you have no means to pay for a Ferrari, why would you rather have a Ferrari than a Honda?
I feel like first of all, the internal, like the seats won't fall apart, stuff won't break. Like I'd rather invest.
So in a
now and
nutshell,
have it
because
work
the Ferrari is a
years.
what car?
Quality car.
A quality and nicer car than the
Yes.
Honda. Number one. And wouldn't you agree that people like nicer things than not nice things?
Yes.
So if I can buy a Ferrari, no problem, I'd probably get the Ferrari. Would you also agree that people who can't buy a Ferrari also would rather have the Ferrari?
Yes.
And are there people who don't have the means to get a Ferrari that still buy nice things?
Yes.
Cutco's no different. It's not a Ferrari, it's just a laptop. And ready? And in the case of Sydney, if they can't get a laptop, we get them something smaller, like an iPad.
Yeah.
Right, what was your smallest sale?
Well, actually, it was really sad, but Alice's it was really sad. She only bought like a medium cutting board because she owned Cutco, and
Okay,
then
well that's not sad. You know what's great about that? She has Cutco. We got something.
yeah,
We got something. We'll take that. What's the cutting board? 50 some? 40?
yeah,
20?
It was cheap. Well, not cheap, but
Okay. So my point is you got to build value. So let me give you the number one page where you can build value. Okay. In other words, does everyone know that a Ferrari is expensive? Everyone knows a Ferrari is expensive. You say Ferrari, like, ooh, okay. So we have to do the same thing with Cutco. If for them to feel good about getting a Ferrari for a Camry price, that was 2 days ago, they have to know what they're getting when they get a Ferrari. It's expensive. So turn to page 4. Okay. Turn to page 4. What's the objective of this page, which you wrote at the very top? Is to offer a solution. Okay, everyone see that? Watch. Mrs. Jones. This makes Cutco more expensive. Circle it a ton of times so that when you talk about the first feature, this makes Cutco more expensive. Circle expensive or highlight it, either one. Number 2, the second bullet, it's an expensive material. Circle it or highlight it, or that red pen, that's cool, I like that. 3, third one, it says expensive. Okay, using the extra steel is more expensive. Number 4, okay, number 4, the steel is expensive to use. Okay. Number 5, go all the way to the very bottom, the last bullet. This unique edge uses expensive technologies, the very last bullet on the page. So why in the world is expensive all over that page? Because you want people to know when you get Cutco, it is a Ferrari, not a Honda. So when we tell you, oh, by the way, here's what the Ferrari costs, but it's Camry price, it actually means something. So here's how you know if you don't build good value. People say, oh, it's too expensive. Now, you guys didn't really have that problem. But the low 10% did. And you know what's so funny? When customers didn't see the value, they said it was too expensive. And guess who started to believe that it was too expensive? Not you, but reps. People selling it do. Okay, and then ready? Then you start to act, think, and speak like a. And $1,000, man, it is kind of expensive. It is not expensive. I just went to Dick's Sporting Goods to buy some golf stuff. I saw a guy walk in there with his family, and right, no problem. Boom, 1,100 right in front of me. They bought camping gear, 1,100. Right, and then another guy at the other part in the golf area, 1,200. No problem for some clubs. Not even nice ones, just like a starter set and got the whole kit and caboodle. So my point is, you gotta have value. Here, a quick question.
When they say it's too expensive, like what would you want us to say?
That's a little bit more advanced. Think of it more so, not what do I say when it's more expensive. I'll tell you in a second. But think of that as a sign that we're not getting this done. Right? Meaning, what that says is they don't see that it's value. What I would say is, Mrs. Jones, good products aren't cheap and cheap products aren't good. Mrs. Jones, you buy Cutco once and you don't have to worry about it again. But that's advanced training too. And right now, keep it slow.
Except for my dad.
What's that?
It's like I thought of it at lunch. I'm like, well, that's if you want to replace it every 5 years. Like, but if you want to buy something as an investment and you don't want to replace it ever again.
Yep. And that will come in time. That will come in time. Plus, with only 3 appointments done, then that one stands out. I promise you, once you get the 10, that won't stand out. You're in good shape. So far? Okay. Other best practice, okay, is making sure, and I know you know this, is how much food did you cut on this part? And some of you cut a lot of food, some of you cut nothing. And I'm telling you, if you want to test drive the Ferrari in the parking lot, you cut rope and leather. If you're testing the Ferrari on the highway, you got to cut lots and lots of food, okay? Those are the top 3 things, because frankly, I don't really need to give you a lot of tips other than the stuff that's already worked in, because you guys haven't done enough appointments yet. So far, so good, okay? Next thing, I want to cover okay. Now, it's interesting, but this is a video of me. Oh, all over the place. I want to play a video that actually is being played all across the division, all the different trainings right now. Every office in Florida is having their training right now at the same time. They're playing a video. So, actually, I'm going to skip this video and get right to it. So, take a look, and I want you to take notes on anything that hits you.
Okay, welcome back to Advanced Training, everybody. Great to have you here. Jeff Gamboa, Division Manager. I wanted to share a few thoughts, and I first want to say, after your first weekend of doing appointments, welcome back. But just like your manager probably spent the last few minutes covering, there are a lot of hot updates and a lot of things that are happening that are positive, from first sales, first appointments completed, first promotions, invitations to our sales leadership development meeting, people's first sponsorships, and so forth and so forth. And I want to start off and be able to kick off your advanced training with a few thoughts from kind of above, and not directly in the mix of who's training you, not your district, your branch manager, but from the division manager who's done this for 20 plus years, from the division manager who has trained hundreds of people, from the division manager who sold over $76,000 in my first summer and was able to finish off as the #1 rep in the whole company. I can tell you that there's a lot of things that I can share, and there's a thing or two I can give you a perspective on that could really shape and mold rather a really successful next 3, next 6, and more importantly, as you finish your fast start, your next 10 days to finish your fast start strong. So just a couple of things. It's so great to have all the positive things that your manager just mentioned. And I want to start off by saying that every session you come to, from the second day of training, this is appropriate, to where you're coming to now, Advanced Training 1 here on Monday, to Advanced Training 2 on Wednesday, you'll always have 3 things that you'll be learning and 3 things that will be getting done every single time while you're here in your fast start. The first thing is we'll always help you get more knowledge, how to get better at the job, more sales, more recommendations, more comfort, you name it. The second thing we'll always help you get is more appointments. And that's the purpose of what is probably just finishing up, and that's your phone jam. Every time you go to the office, you should be setting more appointments so that you leave into action, and more importantly, your next 3 days are booked. And then the third thing you always want to be concentrating on, that we'll always be teaching, is how to get more friends on the team, how to build your bonuses, how to win the prizes of all the different personal recruiting levels you can win. Of course, for those of you that are really shooting for the bigger numbers, how do you win the trip? And so, again, skills, more appointments, and more friends on the team, more personal recruits. You can count on that. In fact, this is no different. We just started with a phone jam. We're going to instruct you now with some skills that are really going to get you excited to get back out there for the next part of your Fast Start contest. And then, of course, we'll wrap up with how to get more friends on the team. And your manager's going to do something a little bit different to get you, again, more people towards the credit and more towards the levels. So a couple of things, some perspective. You can just write down a few things, and I'm going to come back at you towards the middle part of advanced training with some more instruction, but just some perspective, if I could, please. And I first want to talk about the customers. I want you to write down 20, 20, and 60. 20, 20, and 60. 20% of the people that our representative shows their first weekend, and that includes all the students working in every office in Florida United, really in all of Cutco, 20% of Cutco customers for a first weekend student will always buy. No matter what, no matter how great, or in many cases, how bad a presentation is. And it's because of the power of the product that 20% will buy. It's the power of the presentation when done properly. Or you show the right people, the top 5 or top 10 on your list that really just were tied into you, and we're going to buy because of your enthusiasm and the excitement, and more importantly, the relationship with you. So 20% we don't really have any control over. So if you think of it that way, I guess in a nice way, there are some sales that just were going to happen regardless of you. And if you know that, it's really good to know, because then there's the opposite 20%. That next 20%, no matter what we do, no matter how great the presentation is, how perfect your 7 steps to the sale are, how perfect your closing can be, doing all the things right, best deal ever, Mrs. Jones, here it is, you're still not going to make a sale. And that is a 20% that's out of our control, whether it's customer psychology, things that are going on that we can't control. There might have been a dramatic spending investment that just happened that causes great buyer's remorse, something to that effect. We can't control that. So the most important thing to remember, 2 things on the 20%, is that we can't control it. And then number 2, it's only 20% that we can't control. It's only 20% that are out of our hands. It's only 20% that are not going to buy no matter what. So what that means, leftover is at 60%. And here's the most exciting part, and this is why I can't wait for you to get involved in advanced training today. Why I can't wait for you to get out there and do more appointments. Why we can't, as a management team, can't wait for you to experience the next and second phase of your training. And that's the 60% of the people you see your first weekend are potential sales. But it depends on 4 factors. Rep confidence. If the rep is confident. 2, enthusiasm. What comes across to the customer. Number 3, skill sets, tips, techniques, things they can do. And number 4, experience from the representative. And here's the great thing. 60%, more than half of the sales that were maybe no sales this past weekend are all potential sales once we give you the full instruction. 60%, more than half of who you showed, and in this case, you add on the people who will buy, 80% are potential customers. You just need more skills, you just need more confidence, and you just need more repetition. So that's what's great. The best is yet to come. And your manager probably said this, you've only been doing this for 2.5, maybe 3 days. You got a chance just to see some fast start charts of people who have started off with a decent fast first weekend, a really nice explosive first start to their career, and people who have sold less than $1,000, one knife or so, and are still able to pull off even a 10K fast start. So I just want to give you confidence that the best is yet to come. The instruction from today, as you talk on your coaching calls to your manager, on your one-on-one calls when you check in, your advanced training 2 on Wednesday, and the duration of your fast start, which is really the full length of your training, you can count on multiple customers who would have been no your first weekend. We're going to turn those into yeses. So get really excited for today. Also, 10-80-10 applies to the first weekend. And this is a concept that a lot of managers will talk about. 10%, 80%, 10%. 10% of the people who do this job their first weekend, or the first 10 days, or a push week competition will always perform at a high above average level. On the opposite end, 10% of the people who do this job first weekend, their first 10 days, push week contest, doesn't matter, will always perform below, and then 80% will be average in between. And the same is very true with everyone that sold Cutco this first weekend in our Florida United division and across the company with Cutco. 10, 80, 10. So if you keep that in mind, if you fall on the higher end, how do you keep it going? More appointments and stay consistent. If you fell to the bottom, no worries. We're going to train you. We've got confident programs that will help you. And if you're in that 80%, how do you slowly but surely add more skills, more confidence, more techniques to get better and better at the job? Reminder, you've only been doing this for 2.5, 3 days. So keep that in mind. There are 3 types of reps. There are reps that sell the 3 bigger sets, which is the homemaker, the signature, complete. They sell those 3 sets, or they sell absolutely nothing because they're not really good at dropping down and presenting the rest of the options. We're going to cover that today. The other type of rep, the second type of rep, is a rep that sells pieces only, right? And we talked about selling customer sets is the way to go because it's the right tool for the right job. It's going to be discounted. It's safer because it's in a wood block. It comes with free stuff. And of course, my favorite part, they have the investment options. Sets are better for customers, but these are students who they'll sell pieces only because they're not good enough, and they're not good yet, rather, at trying to explain those sets. And then the third type of rep is the rep that we're going to have you become, whether you're already there now, top 10%, you're nowhere near there, bottom 10%, or maybe you're in between and you're on your way. In your first 10 days, we're going to get you to be the rep that we want you to be. It's the rep that knows how to go through a full presentation, work with customers, sell all types of sets from the signature homemaker complete on the high end all the way down to some type of a starter set, but they're really good at closing sets. They utilize the management team to call in for specials, and they're getting better and better at the job. And that's what we're going to help you become here. And this next part of training, Advanced Training 1, is going to help you do that. Okay? 4 things to remember. If all goes south, if all goes to you know what, if you will. 4 things. It's on the first page of your manual. Follow the manual. Okay? The program is true. The program is proven. Follow best practices. Follow the manual. Are you doing the closing 8 and 9 in page 15 or page 16 word for word? Are you making up your own script? Follow the manual. Cut food. Customers have to test drive the product if you want them to really experience it, because seeing, as you know, is definitely believing. Third, have fun. Your enthusiasm of the product, for the product, will really stem towards the customers. And if we're not giving enthusiasm, people want to buy the product, but they really want to buy into you, why you believe in it. So show enthusiasm. And the 4th thing is call the office for deals and help. You do those 4 things, odds are you're going to make a sale. What determines you having a higher sale is how much better you are at presenting what we're going to show you today. So as we go through the process, trust in the process, as they say. You've only been doing this for 3 days. Make sure you have a ton of fun. And that's what these events like Advanced Training 1 are for, to increase your skills and knowledge, and we're excited to be part of this process. Most importantly, you got to leap into action. Having these advanced trainings, Advanced Training 1, Advanced Training 2, if you get a chance to come to my SLDM leadership meeting, SC1, SC2 are big conferences. The most important thing is not just to event attendance, it's to go to the event and leap into action, leap into appointments, leap where you can put your actions, put the tips into actions and the actions into sales. And that's really what we want you to do. That's why leaving this Advanced Training 1 today into appointments, again, it's paramount. And then finally, I want to give you a kind of an idea of what we're going to cover today in advanced training here in the last 2 parts. Okay, I'm going to
cover that. Cool. He's good. I like him. Okay. So let's do this. I want to start off with a quick tip on, I want to review 7 steps to the sale. I want to give you a quick tip on how to start the presentation with more confidence, and we'll take a break. Come back. I'll give you tips on more recommendations, tips on how to close your own deals and how to wheel and deal with the customer. And then we'll wrap up the training today with helping you get more people on the team. And then you're off to your next appointments. Cool? Okay. Real quick. So demo, let's just do a quick review. 7 steps to a sale. Let's get this back in your notes. Okay.
Connect and why.
Yeah, connect and why. I'm selecting your own words. What does that mean? Connect and why.
Connect with the reader on a personal level. So like it kind of gets more comfortable.
Yeah, and how do you start conversation? By asking what?
If you know then like always the other kids are doing, you look around, see pictures.
So lots of, and you can use the P's that I gave you, the plans, but ready? It's just lots of conversation comes from questions. Okay, beautiful, thank you. Number 2, what's the second step? Establish credibility. Miss Sydney, what does that mean?
Basically talk about the company and like why you're here, why you're doing this. What was, when I was doing the presentations, what was really cool about credibility is like the things that the company gives to us, like the red paper, the white, and the All-American.
The red, white, blue.
Yeah, red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
And then about the company.
Yeah, that's going to be the first tip I teach on how to make the red, white, and blue page work for you better.
Yeah.
And I have a sheet for you. And then Jordan, what's the 3rd step? Create a. What's the 3rd step?
Create a problem.
That's right. What's the problem?
They're knives.
Yeah, they're knives. Either bad quality, bad performance, or bad on the budget. Okay. And we offer solution. We're the solution. And this, I'm going to put a little parentheses. This is where we increase value. So expensive, expensive, expensive. You don't want to hide the fact that we're expensive because, ready? I'd rather you say it there than them say it to you at the end.
Yeah.
Okay? So increase expense, increase value. Then we create need. That's where you explain the homemaker. Why do we start with the homemaker?
Most popular, basic.
Yeah, it's most basic. Most popular is the signature and the complete, but it's the most basic because it's for people who what? Have to cook versus like and love to cook. Okay, and then last but not least, you know this. It's compare. And you give the price, and you ask for the sale. That's really cool. Just like I spoke about here. This is where the fun begins. This is where the skill set comes into play. This is where, okay, no problem, Mr. Jones. Just so I know, was it too much for the price, or was it too many options and like the set was too much? Price. Okay, cool. Well, let me check my office. Let me check in real quick. confidence and how you work through that system. Okay, that's the first thing. I want to talk about here. And so it's so funny you mentioned the red, white, and blue. So let's see. I want to talk about sharing goals. So next thing you note, we write down share goals. If I could, Miss Sydney, can I borrow your blue book, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Awesome. So here's what I found. I found that when you're showing friends and family, especially top 5 and top 10, they're not just more likely to buy, but they're more likely to buy a lot because they know you if you do the right order and the right job. But here's what's cool. You can create that type of I want to help you with every customer, whether it's stepmom and dad, which is kind of easy because that's family and blood. But even when you get recommended to the people I'm going to show you how to call today, all your acquaintances, you can still create the I want to help Jordan. You know, this Lexi girl, we like her, honey. Let's get the bigger set. You can create that with every single customer, and it has to do. Thank you, sir. When you share your goals, right? Mrs. Jones, let's turn to let's go again. Thank you, sir. Let's go to page 1 in your training manual. So let me open up the presentation and role play with you how it should look. Okay, so Aunt Sydney, let's say. Okay, my favorite aunt. Good, and the kid. I'll just get into it. And the kids are good.
Yeah, the kids are good.
Yeah.
Soccer practices all the time.
And you guys won that tournament in Disney, right?
Yeah, we did.
So you stayed for another week. You stayed a couple days
yeah,
extra.
just to see the city.
Good. Which park did you go to?
Magic Kingdom. Kids love Magic Kingdom.
Of course. Well, they're that young, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Epcot when you're older.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Actually, I really believe that. By the way.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Kids don't like Epcot. They don't know what's going on. Anyway, sorry. Miss City, thank you so much. For taking time to see my presentation. It really means a lot.
Of course.
And as you know, of course, you know me already. But I've been in school, and so I just got back. My friend recommended me to this job, and at first I thought it was just about making money, but I got really excited about all the things I can do with the job. So, Miss Sydney, do you mind if I share some of my goals with you?
Of course.
Okay, great. So I'm working with Cutco because number one, I spent all my money really fast this semester, and mom and dad said I have to start pitching in. So this is my way of doing it. Number two, as a pre-med major, I'm looking for really great things on my resume to stand out. So when I apply to med schools, I'm not just doing what everyone else does. I want to have a different resume. But I also want to show you that I'm in a huge contest. It's called the Fast Start Contest. Okay? And the Fast Start Contest, explain the contest. Also, through Cutco, if I can sell what I want to sell for the summer, I can earn a President's Club letter. This is a personalized letter from the CEO and president of the company that I can put into my portfolio when I apply for jobs after college. So this is really, really, really big for me in terms of what I'm working towards. And of course, since I'm a student, I can also help pay for my own tuition. And I know mom and dad cover tuition. I don't have to worry about that, but this helps also pay for some of my own personal expenses. And it's cool. Take a look. It's not based on any GPA or major, so it's only competitive based on what I'm selling. Okay, so if you take a look here, these are all the people who won the scholarship last summer, and it's the top 50. And I'm excited because my goal is to try and be one of the top 50 for this summer. So the more I sell, the better it is for me. And then later on, I'll show you how you can also sponsor me later on at the end of the presentation. Okay? And since I just started, Miss Sydney, I'm going to read from my manual. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So like I said on the phone, you don't have to get anything. But if you see something you like, you can get it today. Not only would you be getting a great product, you'll be helping me out too. So just so you know, Cutco is super awesome. And it's really awesome. I love this stuff. And you can buy sets or pieces, and we have tons of accessories and gifts. We also have interest-free monthly investment options, so you don't have to pay for it all at once. So before I start, just so I know, Miss Cindy, would you say you and your husband, you guys cook because you have to? Like meaning because of the kids? You like to? Where you throw a party like once a month? Or you like really love to and enjoy the process?
I really have to. I don't really enjoy cooking.
So you want to get in and out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And we'll talk about that. Great. You guys are gonna love Cutco then, because it'll help you get in and out.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. And that's how it starts. Now compare yours to that.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, so they have to remember that. But I always read the same damn thing. Okay. So compare what I did compared to what you did, and that alone will help you get up to a nice start. They always say it's not how you start, it's what? How you finish. But how you start does make a difference. Does make it. What did you just say?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to teach you an advanced way. That wasn't advanced. You know what that was? That was me reading. Word for word, I just read that. But this is advanced. I want to show you a little picture. So this is Rihanna, okay? Like the R&B singer, but not the R&B singer. Rihanna Magnifico. She went to Cardinal Gibbons, and she's at Florida Gulf Coast University, and she has this sheet which kind of summarizes all the goals at the very, very end. So what she'll do, so back to page 1, look where it says tie into goals on your sheet. Mrs. Jones, do you mind if I share some of my goals with you? Point to that for me so you see it. So go to the bottom of that section where it says, Mrs. Jones, since I just started, I'm going to read from my training manual. Is that okay? That's the bottom part. Before you get to that sentence where you want to read from your manual, I want you to cover this sheet. Okay, and I'm going to even give you a little plastic insert so you can put it into your blue book. So we'll pass these around. One for you, one for you. And I'll take the extras.
Oh, sorry.
You take one, give me the rest. Thanks, Jordan. So if you take a look, okay, it says my goals. So when you get to this section, you will have already covered red, white, and blue. Fast start, President's Club, scholarship, you pulled it out. Then you'll have this sheet just like that, and you'll turn your book sideways and say, Mrs. Jones, so in summary, here are my goals for the summer. It says, number 1, my contest goal. So your summary, that red sheet of paper I showed you, I'm really focused on hitting that 10K VIP night because I want to network with my division manager, and I'm really trying to go on this VIP night. Plus, I would be at the highest commission level you can be on a base level. Number 2, my long-term Cutco goal is I really want to get into this leadership academy that they have because it'll help boost my resume for my future business ventures. Number 3, I want to get introduced to 1,000 new customers. So what am I kind of planting the seed for? Yeah, to recommend me later. And then long-term non-Cutco goal, well, I want to work in fashion and merchandising and possibly into actual design. And I know that if I can get really sweet business skills for the next couple of years while I'm at UF, make really good money, it's going to give me the skills I need to get into that field. Is that right? Yes, I remember. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So those are the 4. It's just going to summarize your goals before you transition to the demo. And at the bottom, here's what I'd like you to do. And it's not due today, but when I see you on Wednesday, I want this filled out, and then you see the 3 different sections here. I would like the following. You can take a note on this. I wouldn't write it here, but I would, or you put on the back. Okay. I want one picture of your school logo in the middle, just like the school logo. I want a school-related photo, like either a graduation or you with your friends from school. Just something that you can say, well, this is me. It's something affiliated with you being a student, and then another one with either friends or family. So I'll do it again. School logo, student related, and then friends or family. And it'll look just like that. So real quick, go ahead and fill in these goals real quick. Go ahead and fill in the goals. So for your contest, what are you excited about? Next one, long-term Cutco goal. What are you excited? So start filling it in. Fast start contest. What level do you want to hit? Is it VIP night? Are you trying to hit the trip with Cancun from selling? Are you trying to win all the Cutco prizes so you can have a stacked kit? Are you just really excited about the Dirty 30? So you can work part-time and make full-time? Write whatever you're going to share with the customer. And then when you're done, go to the left, go to the right, and talk about your long-term Cutco goal. What do you want to get from Cutco as you do it through college? What's exciting for you as far as what Cutco can do for you? It could be a couple bullets, it could be a sentence. It's up to you.
I'm sorry, may I have another one? I accidentally put Dirty 30 on long term.
Long term, short term.
Yeah.
Cool. And then last but not least is what's your long-term but non-Cutco goal? What's your long-term non-Cutco goal? Long-term non-Cutco goal.
There's something good to write for mine. That's like a good word. Like short, because I'm
Short
really,
and sweet.
I'm bad at making
Ready?
something sound short and sweet.
I would put fashion, merchandise / design. Because you told me you want to do both, right? You do
Yeah.
want to just design, but also be kind of the face of the marketing.
Oh, I want to be the owner of a company.
yeah, that's the
I don't want to work for that.
That's what I'm saying. You're the
Yeah.
face and you're going to put your stuff out there.
Yeah.
So fashion line, marketing. So you want to run Lexi Hayes.
I have a name.
You did. Lexi Hayes.
No, I have a name for my company.
Cool.
I trademarked it and then I didn't want it and I changed it.
Cool.
So
During the break, I want to hear it. Okay. So far, so good. So for now, put in the plastic sheet for now. Okay. And then by Wednesday, one of your assignments is I want to see the pictures all done. Okay. Any questions on that? All right, let's do this. Once you're done putting that, we'll take a quick 5-minute restroom break. What is it? 12:42. Yeah, let's take an 8-minute break. So we'll start back up at 12:50, and then I'll wrap up with the other part of instruction. Then Luke will come up and help you get more people into the team. Before we start back up, we're in the middle of the break. Let's see how many responses you got on social media, right? So watch, it hasn't even been 30 minutes. We're already helping you get more people for Cancun. It's that easy when you post on social media. Here's the cool thing. The only effort it took you is just posting.
Yep.
But it just starts to roll in. So we often, very often during the week, we'll send a group message to everyone, hey, post, this is the perfect time to post. And then you get more people to come onto the team. So don't respond with what the job is or answering their questions. All you want to do at the end, when Luke asks you, hey, who's responded, you're going to just give all the information to Luke. Okay, and if you don't have the phone number of any of those people, Luke will show you when to respond. Okay. You guys want to start? We'll get rolling. Let's do this. Okay. So next part, I'm going to teach. I'll give about 30 seconds and we'll roll. Last text message or sending sweet nothings to your honeys, your honey boos.
So we don't respond if they just text me the details, right?
Yeah, if anyone says text me details and all that, just don't respond to anyone. At the end, I'll show you exactly what to say for all the different situations. Okay, so new page in your notes, and I want to talk to you about getting more recommendations. Okay, so we just started with goals, report. I want to talk to you about recommendations, and then I'll give you some tips on selling. And the first tip I want to give you, right, and I want you to write down timing of page 16. Timing of page 16. Here's why, or here's what I mean, rather. Obviously, when you ask for recommendations at the beginning or the end of the appointment. Yeah, and why logically does it make sense to ask for it at the end? Like you're asking them to recommend you to show your product to other people. Why do that at the end? Just
they've seen your product. So
they know what you're selling. They know what it is. Okay, and so it's really important that the timing happens right away. Here's what I mean. A lot of times when you have that momentum of closing a sale, you just hang up the phone with Luke, and Luke, let's say, helped Lexi close a customer who said no, but we did a wheel and deal, and we ended up with a homemaker discounted. That's a very common, easy, decent, small sale, right? And you hang up the phone, and then there's all this stuff going on, and you lose momentum, and you lose excitement, right? When they say yes and they agree, they're basically saying what? Yeah, let's do this. We're excited. And then there's time that lapses. Sometimes it's only a minute, sometimes it's 5. And then you ask them you essentially want them to get really excited to help you. So instead, as soon as the customer says, yes, we'll take it, and you already know, and you've already called in with Luke, so you know the deal, meaning, yes, oh, congratulations, you call in, they're definitely getting, and Luke tries to work out a deal. Once you know what the final sale is going to be and you get that last yes, you go right into page 16. Let me give you an example. Okay, Luke. Yes, okay. Yeah, they're right here still, of course. Yeah, well, thank you for the discount. Okay, I'll call you back. I'm finishing up now. Okay. That was the so that's the final price. You're good with that discount?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Miss Sydney, how did you like my demo?
You were good.
Yeah, go great. Go ahead and pull out your cell phone because one more really important part. Go right into it. Don't worry about writing the order right there. Don't worry about anything. Go right into it. Why? Because strike while the iron's hot. So far, so good. So write down ASAP as soon as you get the final yes. As soon as you hang up with Luke and they're good to go, or whoever you're talking to. So Miss Sydney, I'm glad we were able to work that out for you. Great. Miss Sydney, how'd you like my demo? Great. Well, go ahead and grab your cell phone. Here's where you can really help me on one more really important part. Go.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm. We're smart. You're smart. Okay. My next tip on recommendations. Okay. And let me do this. Okay. Is make sure you have the phone out early because the second line of page 16 says, I'm talking to my Aunt Lexi. Aunt Lexi, great, go ahead and pull out your cell phone. You see, what I found is sometimes customers will say, honey, we'll get back to you later, and they never do because they're busy. Or, honey, not right now because they just don't want to go grab their phone. But if the phone's already there in front of them, they might as well. So turn to page 2 in your training manual. Turn to page 2 at the top. It says, before we begin, we're going to need your favorite serrated edge knife, straight knife, and a steak knife. Also, can you please grab your cell phone? So right top here. Also, can you please grab your cell phone? So where's their cell phone when you ask for recommendations?
It's already there.
It's already there. So instead of, Mrs. Jones, great. There's one more point. Go ahead and grab your cell phone. It's right there. The next tip I have on recommendation, this is an easy one. It's called the recommendation handbag. So you guys know the sheet that Luke gave you on where you write recommendations? May I have one of those, please?
Yes.
Outstanding. Okay. So you're going to say, Mr. Jones, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. What part of that? What part is that? The end of page.
6.
Yeah. Miss Lexi, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. You let them do the thing, and you use your phone or computer or iPad to write up the order. Okay. Then they're going to give you back whatever number they give you. They might give you 2 or 3 if you didn't do a great job or there's some challenges. It's okay. We'll still get more. Or they might give you 5, 10. No matter how many they give you, it's just a quick 3 steps. It's a thank you so much. Now write down and hand it back. I'll show you. Ready? So you pretend you're whatever your customer normally says when they're done writing, and give it back to me like you're my customer. Go ahead.
Okay. Here you go.
Okay, thanks, Miss Sydney. I appreciate that. Now, thank you so much for your help. Now, can you write down anyone that probably won't buy it all, but they're at least really nice and they'll see me for my scholarship? Okay, cool. Thanks.
I can't really think of
Okay.
anyone right now.
That's not what they say when you do it that way.
No, I know. Yes. But
Okay, so number 1, ready? Thank you. So thank you. You can write that. You can write this in your notes as rec handbag. Mrs. Jones, thank you so much. Now, can you write down anyone who won't buy, but really nice, will help me with the scholarship? Mrs. Jones, thank you so much. Now, can you write down anyone that won't buy, but they're really nice? Because think about this. Let's say Sydney gives me 2 people. She gave me 2 people in her mind that what? Will buy. That's why sometimes we get a few recommendations, because they can't think of people who are going to buy, or my friends are cheap, or, oh, I know they're going. I don't care, right? Some of the people you set up appointments with said they weren't going to buy when you called them and they bought. You went 5 for 5. So my point is, thank you so much. All I'm wanting to do is getting as many more recommendations as possible. Tomorrow at the sales leadership development meeting, if you're invited and 2 of you have qualified already, I'm going to take this tip and put it on steroids. And I'm going to give you this is like kindergarten tip. What I'm going to give you. Tomorrow I'm going to give you like the graduate level tips on how to jump to recommendations. And also answer what you were saying about when the customer says certain things. I'm going to handle all that tomorrow. This is just super basic. And even if you're getting an extra 3 to 5 to 7 recommendations, all those make a big difference. So one more, let's practice. What do you say? Mrs. Jones, thank you so much. Now can you write down anyone that won't, but they're really, really,
Nice.
and they'll help me with my
Scholarship.
scholarship. So what's the key word there of what making people want to help you and not buying?
Scholarship.
Scholarship. The key word is scholarship. Scholarship is what makes this easier for you to get appointments. Scholarship is it makes it easier for you to get recommendations. Scholarship is what makes it easier for you to get more sales. Okay. So far, so good. So basic tip there. Now I want to talk about CPO and do a quick review. And then this is what Lexi, you were asking about. How do you create your own deals? How do you get more confident with giving prices that are discounted? And how do you wheel and deal free stuff? So take out your price list. And you can also have your notebook out for this one. Price list and notebook.
Want us to stick this?
I think before, like after the scholarship, right? Your goals. Do you want that after the scholarship or?
The goals is right after the scholarship, correct. You guys can put it in. Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, I'm looking for the secret weapon. Yes, updated one, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, so CPO. On your price list, there's a lot of white space here. I think this is the best place to write this since this is going to be coinciding to when you're writing up orders. Okay, so at the top, let me give you a couple of equations that Luke may have reviewed, but I want to give you a second part of it. So CPO stands for commission paid on. Commissions paid on. Who's Joe's? Joe, do you have any advice for these guys? It's their advanced training, to how to make the most of things after advanced training. You know, we have all three 10, 80, 10. We have didn't hit first promotion, and hit second promotion.
Okay, so you guys are definitely learning a lot from Jeff right now. I would pick one or two things and try and implement them slowly on every demo. If you try and implement everything at once, it's not really going to go so well. So definitely implement slowly. Still make sure you're following the manual, cutting a lot of food, following the program. You know, it works for a reason.
And you know, it's really interesting. So her first weekend wasn't great. What did you sell your first weekend?
0.
0. What did you sell for your fast start?
10K.
10K. So she was at 0 here, and she ended up at 10 by the following Sunday or Monday at that day.
Yeah, so definitely doable.
Cool. All right, good. So CPO, commissions paid on. So whenever we ask you, if I say, hey, Jordan, how much have you sold today? It's not based on what the customer retail numbers. It's always based on commission paid on. And the equation is this. It's CPO value minus free points given. Okay, so that's the equation I want you to write on your price list. Commissions paid on CPO value minus free points given. So let me give you an example. Okay, so if you take a look, go to the front of your price list, and Miss Sydney, what's the you guys, you know this by heart, what's the price of a homemaker plus 8?
$12.73.
$12.73. Okay. To figure out what you're going to get paid on, it's CPO, not $12.73.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, what's the next column? What's the label of the column at the top say?
$11.46.
It says a CPO value is $11.46. Okay, that's CPO value. The price is $12.73. CPO value is $11.46. And then let's say the deal that you work out with Luke is super shears for free.
Okay.
So open up your open up your price list. In the middle, on the second page to the right says accessories. Right, so second page on the right says accessories. Everyone went like this together. Okay. Under accessories. And Miss Lexi, what's the code of the super shears, the item number? It's the first column. 77. See it?
77.
Yep.
Just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Okay, and it comes in C or W. What's C?
Classic.
W is
White.
what's the R? Yeah, it's red. Okay, good. Super shears. What's the retail price if I wanted to purchase them?
112.
112. What is the point value because it's free?
75.
75. So that's what you put here. You don't put the price, you subtract the point value. Okay. So if you do simple math, all right. $10.71. Okay. So after giving away the free stuff, $10.71 is what you would make your commission on. So I'm going to use Miss Sydney. Since you're already at 3,000, if you were to sell this exact sale, a homemaker, but to get them excited, we got them super shares for free. You would make not 10%, not 15, but you're already at 20%. So you'd make 20%, which is about $214 in that hour. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For me, for college student.
Yeah, I know. It's good. And it gets better.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question.
When you said that you could switch out the table knives, the steak knives on the signature, the complete, there was also an upcharge when you do steak knives.
Yeah, I'll cover that too. Yeah,
Okay.
good question. That's a good question because a lot of people like to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So does everyone understand this so far?
Yeah.
Another part. So the big thing you should get is you get paid off of not the retail, but the CPO value. And if you do give free stuff on the deal, you subtract that. So you might be wondering, well, what might you be thinking? I don't want to what? I don't want to give stuff for free. Think of free stuff this way. It's not meant to hook people up and take away from your commission. It's meant to be an incentive that helps them to say yes if they wouldn't have said yes. It's different. Okay. Now, ready? Time out. Friends and family, hook them up. And so, well, I don't need to give my friends and family. No, you hook them up because they'll hook you up with what at the end?
More recommendations.
More recommendations. Yeah, you should definitely hook up friends and family. But later on, if I show Miss Lexi, who is my neighbor or my neighbor's friend who I'm recommended to, and I say, Miss Lexi, the homemaker is only $12.73. She says, I'll take it. What do you do?
Don't
All right.
Congratulations. You're gonna just go right to congratulations. Yeah, exactly. Because that's a different.
Yeah.
That's just 1146 versus 1071. And it's small right now what you lose. 100. So this is $10 and sorry, this is 107 in commission. This is 114. So you lost $7 by giving away super shares. Okay. I'd rather have $7. A customer's really pumped, got the product they want, and then they'll recommend their friends to me. Okay. So my main point is you don't have to give away free stuff if you don't need to, but it's there. But here's the kind of the secret part to train to that you don't know. I want to show you what you can give for free. When you call in, Luke and David are all doing the wheeling and dealing. You can do your own wheeling and dealing now. Okay. Here's the next part of the equation. As far as free points. Free points, okay? You're allowed to give away 20 free points for every $100 in retail they spend. You're allowed to give away 20 points for every $100 in retail spent. I'll give you some examples just so you do it. You know how to do it. So A, the more someone buys, the more you can hook up. What that means is the more you can hook up, probably the bigger sale you can make. So watch. Let's say I spend $400 retail, whatever that means, whatever those tools are. How many 100s go into 400? 4 times 20?
80. 180.
80. There you go. Good math. I'll do the math for you. Wasn't a prerequisite of getting the job, right? Can you read and you're friendly? That's it. 80 points. So that means, ready? You have the ability to pick anything in that manual as long as the points that you're giving away for free are either up to but don't go over 80. So take a look, for example, look at the front. You're on the first page already, Miss Lexi. Look at the table knife. It's in the right column. It's the last item on the right column. What's the point value of a table knife?
25.
25. So I could give away 3 table knives if that's what got the customer excited. Let's say it's a customer who already has a few table knives. You're thinking about this. Say, Mrs. Jones, tell you what, I'll get you those 3 missing table knives for free. You can wheel and deal based on this point percentage. Okay, I'll do another example. Let's do $800. Right? That's what they spent. How many 100s go into 800? 80. 8 times 20 is 160. So here's what's really cool. I could give away, what are the shears? What are the points on the shears?
75.
75. So super shears for free. So it's what, 90? Is that 95?
Yeah.
95. I have 95 points left over. So if I wanted to give it, what's a peeler cost, point wise? Same column. Veggie peeler.
25.
25. I have 70 left over. What if I want to give 2 table knives? 50. So 2 table knives. So I can give away super shears, veggie peeler, and 2 table knives. If I'm a customer and you were able to work with me and give me all this stuff for free, how do I feel?
Really, really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna hook you up, and I got what I wanted. Yeah. Or you might only need 2 of these. So here's the thing: if you feel really confident, do this on your own and wheel and deal. If you don't, call us. This is just what we're doing anyway, so you can follow along. We can say something like this. This is usually a first week when you're new on the job. Hey Jeff, it's Lexi. Yeah, I remember I know I can hook them up with the deal. I want to help them. You do it right in front of them. I really want to help my Aunt Lexi here. But can you? I want to think. She wants to get the signature. but I'm trying to see what I can hook her up with for free. Can you help me out here? That's okay too. Eventually it'll go from that to this. Hey Jeff, I'm just checking in. It's Lexi for my 4 o'clock. Okay, yeah, I just finished the presentation. She's definitely gonna get the signature, and to help make the deal better for her, I just hooked her up with 2 pairs of scissors. Yeah, for her, for the boat and for the other house. Okay, cool. You already know how to do it. That's later. For now, I just want you to know that you have the opportunity. It doesn't have to be what's free in the book.
Okay.
It can be whatever you want as long as it doesn't break this point system.
Okay.
So one more example that's really important. Let's take for example, a homemaker.
Yeah.
And this is going to lead to secret weapon, which is you're gonna really like. So if I buy a homemaker, what's the retail price?
$12.73.
How many 100s go into 1273? 12, but you can round up. Actually, we'll just do 12. So 12 times 20 is 240 points. That's a lot of points, right?
Yeah.
So what do we offer for free? Their choice of what? On the homemaker, just in the book, not when you can pick.
The super shears.
Super shears, good Jordan. What else?
The
Kitchen tool set
okay.
and the entertainment pack.
Yeah.
Go in your price list. You already know the super shears are worth how many points?
25.
75.
Right. Kitchen tool set. Take a look at the bottom left-hand corner. What's the 5-piece kitchen tool set with the wood holder? Point value.
135.
135. And what's the entertainment pack? It's under gift sets.
How do you know?
I've done this for a long time.
165.
Yeah. It's like it's in my head permanently. Go ahead.
165.
165. Oh no, point wise.
Yeah,
Points, right? Yeah, okay.
165.
Okay. So here's what's really cool. Let's say they like the kitchen tools. Can I give it to them?
Yeah.
Ready? Watch. Now that you know the points, what could I also do if I really need to hook it up?
Cheers.
I could do 2 and still be okay. All right. I'd still have 30. I could still give them a veggie peel on top of it. Now I wouldn't give that unless I needed it, but you have the ability to give that much for free. Cool. Does that help? So what are you taking from this? You can will and deal anything in the book as long as it matches the system.
So before you deduct the actual price of the set, you want us to offer free gifts with the normal price of it.
I would say I understand what you're saying. The easiest way to do it is do the book word for word closing. When they say yes, call us. We'll try and upsell using this. Or we're going to try and discount using what I'm going to show you next. If they say no, then you can either try to offer more stuff if you feel like that's what's going to help them get the sale, or you're going to call us and we're going to do the same thing anyway. I just like when you're new, reminding them that you're new, so it's not like a high pressure situation, and call them the office for a deal because it seems way more professional. It's like, actually, you know what? Hold on one second. And you don't say I'm calling for a deal. You say I'm just calling to check in. Remember that?
Yeah.
You don't say, oh, let me try and hook up a deal because they might be. No, you don't. We're not going to just, Mrs. Jones, let me just check in real quick. That's why we say check in and not anything else. But once you call, say, Mrs. Jones, my manager wanted me to show you something. It's so funny. Moms always go, oh, let me see. If you do it the right way, even if they say no, it's too. Oh, that's just way too expensive. We always find a number. Okay. Remember the example of I'm broke, I can't go shopping, but then you go and something's on sale and you get it. Whatever was on sale was below the number of uncomfortable for you. I can't spend $200. I just spent $200 on this. Oh, it's only 110. It's on sale. Let's go, please. It's the same thing. I just did it yesterday. Okay, so this is important because it's going to lead into what we call the secret weapon. This secret weapon is one of my favorite things to teach. One of my examples was Colleen Rippey. Do you remember the 10 push-up analogy? Mm-hmm. She is my example from Friday, where she came in, she only had one sale for $76. Okay, kind of like in your situation, not much. And she said, Jeff, I don't think I can do the job. I said, you're crazy. You've done nothing. 10 push-ups for real. She goes, okay, fine. So I made her memorize her clothes. I actually made her sit in the back and memorize it for an hour or two. She went on and sold 4 homemakers in a row, and she went on to a 10K faster. This was a big part of what I taught her. Okay, it's called the secret weapon. This is a special discount using this, okay? Or it's also a deal depending on how you want to present it. At the end of the day, both of what I'm going to show you is from the secret weapon, but every customer is different. So if you have a customer that you know, they really want the homemaker, but whatever number came out of your mouth, 1273, just wasn't getting them excited, Or if you feel like you have a customer who's saying, honey, you know, we already have these really nice knives. Your stuff is great, but we just have these already. And we don't want to be wasteful. This is perfect for both of those situations. So you don't have to write anything down. I'm going to give you actually a full sheet, but I want you to process, okay? So watch. It's called the secret weapon. Just abbreviate. Secret weapon. And so go to the front of your price list, go to the cover, and we'll go down the row. So Ms. Lex, I'll start with you. What's the item number of the homemaker? Just for practice. We're just practicing order ready. What's the item number of the
2018.
2018? Yeah, that's the item number. And if I put C, everyone, what's that mean? Class of the dark handles, okay? What does that mean? Well, they get the 10 homemaker tools. And you know, may I, sir? Thank you. You know the 10 tools, right? I'm just going to quiz you for fun. Paring knife up in the
And
trimmer 4, small stuff,
stuff.
spatula 4.
sandwiches.
The cheek carver's the what kind of knife? Meat knife.
Meat knife.
What's it got? What knife again?
Meat
Meat
knife.
knife. This is the what piece? Serving piece. What's this for? Hard stuff. Okay. This is the veggie.
Chopper.
This is for what? Bread. This is for holidays and
Barbecues.
how often do you use this?
Every day.
Is it any different in terms of what it does with the steak knife? No, what's the only difference?
Longer.
The bigger and longer. Okay, good. You know it. Nice job. But watch. So you get all those 10 tools. You get a wood block. And at the bottom of the wood block, I'll put +8 because it has eight holes at the bottom. And what are the 8 holes for?
Every day.
Everyday knives. So I put +8. Table knives. Table, okay? The price is $12.73. And we'll just practice the points since we're at it. Remember, how many 100s go into 12? 12. 12 times 20 is 240. So far, so good. Now, we'll go to Miss Sydney. Can you show me the item number of the basic homemaker, the one that we don't even quote, remember? We don't even talk about it. But what is the price of a basic homemaker? Or the item number, rather?
2020. Oh.
Homemaker, basic homemaker. It's like the second or third one down from the top.
I believe 20,000. It says homemaker with. There's only 3 options that says homemaker.
What does it say?
Homemaker, just the basic homemaker set.
Mhm.
Okay. 2001.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
And then C. This is the same set, right? So you get the 10 tools. You get the wood block. The only difference is the wood block doesn't have the 8 holes. Why? Because it doesn't have 8 table knives. So far, so good. And then what's the price on that one?
1009.
1009. Let's do the points again because you guys love math, right? 100 into 1,000. 10 times 20 is 200. So here's where you can hook it up. This is really cool. Miss Lexi, so you really like the homemaker, right? Yeah, but honey, it's just right now is not a good time because Sydney just crashed the car. We have to get new tires. Okay, I totally understand that. What if I can give you a significant? Forget the free stuff. The free stuff is what people like because it's a better value. But if I could just hook up a massive discount, would that be something you'd be interested in? Oh, you would be? Oh, okay, I thought you'd like that. So forget the kitchen tool set and the super sheet. I was going to offer you both. That's just a better value. But if you'd rather just have the cheaper set, if you get it today, I can hook you up. Instead of $12.73, I write it down. I can give it to you today for only $10.09. You can still do the payment plan. So what's cool is you can get the homemaker +8 for the price of the basic. And here's what we do. Watch. So these are both the same set, essentially, right? So you put the code of the cheaper, so it's just this one. So when you put it into your computer, it's 2001. And you know what you get? You get the 10 tools, you get the wood block, there's no holes, no table knives. It's 10,009. That's their price. But underneath the quantity, letter B. Okay. If you put a B in the computer, it stands for block. What it does is it switches the wood block. Instead of the one with no holes, it switches it to the one with a table knife for no charge. So now you have essentially the homemaker basic, but what do you have room for now?
The
8 table knives. So under the computer, you can put 8 table knives. The code is 1759C to match. You put 8 table knives in the description. What do you do? What's that mean? It's free. Watch this. How much is, and Lexi, you did this, how much is the table knife worth for points, each one? Each table knife is how many points when you give it for free? It's 25, right? If you give 8 away for free, it's 25 times 8.
200.
That's how many points you have. Merry Christmas. I'm happy on it.
I didn't know all these options.
Yeah, now you do. That's cool. So ready? You can give the Homemaker Plus 8 for the price of the basic. And I'm going to give you the sheet for this. Okay, so you don't have to take notes. I'm going to save you a lot of writing. But what's really cool is that now, if the customer's not really feeling it with the free stuff, sometimes they just want a cheaper price. You can hook it up with a cheaper price. And here's what's really cool. This sale applies to all sets that have table knives. You can always discount it for the price if you remove the table knives. So the Homemaker Plus 8, you can do for this price. The Signature, you can do for the price without table knives. Complete, the Essential Starter set, you can do the same thing. Okay? So far, so good?
Yeah.
Third thing, you can also do this whole deal and present it in a different way. If Lexi says she already has Henkel's or Wusthof, like good knives, like Mercedes, Lexus, they're just not Cutco. They're not guaranteed forever. They'll be dull after 2 years. You say, Miss Lexi, tell you what. So you really want to get this set, but because of Henkel's, you can't get it. Okay, cool. Tell you what. If you really want a Ferrari in general, but let's say you drive a Mercedes, what is Ferrari? Because they know they want you to get a Ferrari. What do they let you do with your Mercedes? Trade it in. What do they do with the price of the Ferrari?
Reduce it.
To reduce it. We can do the same exact thing. So if you just trade in 1 or 2 of those Wusthof knives, I'll knock off a couple $100 and you can get your Homemaker Plus 8 for only $10.09. And here's the cool thing. Them giving you knives doesn't do anything to this. You just have to put this into the computer. But them giving you the knives helps them feel comfortable knowing, oh, I'm not wasting these knives, these Wusthof and Schön. By trading it in, I'm actually getting a discount. And what do you do with those brand new or used Wusthof and Schön knives in the future? What can you do with those?
Oh, use them as examples.
Use them as examples, live examples in your presentation. Yeah. And it's really cool if you think about it. You say, Miss Sydney, let me show you what Wusthof looks like. This was actually a neighbor who just got Cutco from me. She got rid of her Wusthof. So what is that saying to the customer?
She got rid of her
old knives and got my knives. Okay, so far so good. So let me give you the sheet.
What if their Cutco knives are old and we go to their house to sell them new ones?
Oh, they would need to get them serviced, right? It's on page 13. Or at the bottom of the guarantee, what they would do with the knives.
Wish list.
Yeah, wish list. There's a bunch of things you do. At the end of the day, just call us. Okay. So take a look at the top here. And I'm going to read here on secret weapon. Actually, can you read, please, our secret weapon?
Our secret weapon is a special deal/trade in special. It's a program where you offer the customer a great discount, but no free stuff. Or for training in some old knives, they can also get the same deal. You choose how to present.
Okay, so this is what you'd end up saying. So, Mrs. Jones, so you like it, but you feel the price is too high? Well, Mrs. Jones, we do have a special that I think you really like that. Here's how it works. It's kind of like when you go to a car dealer when you want to buy a car. But if you already have a car that works, what do they do with your car? Yeah, they trade it in. You can actually do the same thing here with your knives. What you can do is trade in 4 to 5 old knives, and we give you a major discount on the set. So instead of $12.73, you can get the set for, and don't fill it in because it depends on what set you're talking about. Does that sound better for you? So far, so good? And this is important. I'm going to help you make more money here. I want to take a look at this. Instead of giving them, hey, Lex, real quick. Instead of giving them all 8 table knives for free, I usually just give them 7, and I charge them for 1. So in other words, it won't be $12.73 to $10.09. It'll be $12.73 to $10.09 plus the price of 1 table knife. Here's why. The discount already is good enough for them. They don't know this is the difference between an extra table knife or not, but you do because it all adds up for your commission at some point. Okay, so if you take a look here, the Homemaker is 7 table knives for free and 1 they charge. And what I did for you is I just wrote it up so you don't have to think about it. Okay, and then over here on the television, these are the prices for the Signature Complete. So you can put this at the bottom. So right here, you can copy this into your notes. This is what the Complete looks like on discount, and you're going to charge them for 2 table knives on this one. Okay, all the stuff I don't want it to be overwhelming because it's confusing. You don't know the numbers. All you need to know from this is you can offer these deals, and we'll tell you on the phone how to write them off. Don't worry about, well, what do I do with that doesn't matter. What matters is you have confidence going, oh, I can hook up discounts on every one of these sets, or I know that if she likes this and it's the price that's getting her, I know where I can discount the set to. And all I have to do is call the office if I'm not sure. So get these two things down into the bottom of that page.
Get my question for you.
So remember, you don't have to have confidence in all the numbers and how they work. All you have to have confidence in is every set that we have that has table knives is discountable. Okay, I'm just showing you how we did it. Cool. Notice here, asterisk, if it's a steak knife upgrade, like if they want one of the sets that have steak knives, but they want that discounted, call us. Cool. Okay. Last section, then we're going to go to Luke's portion, which will help you get more people for Cancun. I want to talk about calling recommendations and then increasing your customer list. So turn to a new sheet of paper. I'm going to end up giving you this real quick. This is, remember the thought jogger we had from the other day? This is it again, but a different version. And what we're going to do here, the objective of this video is to help you expand the amount of customers that you have. I don't know what's going on. I want to help you expand the amount of customers that you have. Okay. What's so important is remembering the 4 gears, and we're going to review this. So take a look, notebook and pen. Everyone have your notebooks and pen ready. And I'm going to start the video with yours truly.
Okay, here we are talking about increasing the people that you have to show. And what's really great about our Cutco business is no matter where you're from, how you started, it grows very quickly. In fact, there are so many people that you can show Cutco to that you don't even realize. So I want to take time, again, as a division manager, to give you some thoughts, 20 years doing this, and some thoughts for success on how many people you really do have to show and how do we get a hold of them, who can we network with, and ultimately really use to search this next part of your fast start. So first, let's review. I call these the 4 gears. The 4 gears, and you want to take notes on this, the 4 gears of people that you can call to show Cutco presentations to. There are 4 different phone approaches. So the first thing you need to remember, just like a car, when you go in order, you go from first gear to second to third to fourth, not from first to fourth because it messes up the car. Just like here, it's not appropriate to start with people you're really comfortable with, and then all of a sudden I want to go to people I have no idea who they are and they're complete strangers. And see, people who are new tend to say that, but they really have no idea that it's essentially going to ruin the car. So when we talk about the gears, there are 4 gears. First are F and F, which I call abbreviated for friends and family. These are the people you already know how to call. So the reason we start with those people, well, we do know them. That's a check mark. And then I'm going to put AFF for affiliated. You're affiliated with them because, of course, family, friends, neighborhood, people you know very well. These are the people you've already started calling that are on your initial names list. Phone approach is good. Second gear are what we call ACQ, I'll abbreviate. And these are acquaintances. These are people who maybe at one point they were close friends and family that you would call right away. But I would call these people you either know or you sort of know. Or people you did know and it's been a while. People that would be great customers, they're MAC customers or HM3, depending on how you learned it. And they're great for the Cutco presentation, but it's just kind of awkward and I haven't talked to them in a while. And I don't know how to quite call that person. Well, that's what I'm going to talk to you about next. We're going to teach you how to call these people right after this video. The reason we go to these people next is because, well, you know them, but you might not be affiliated with these people. So it's not as easy of a call, but it definitely becomes the next call to make. And you're going to learn that. It's pretty simple. We'll talk about that in a second. The third gear are directories. Okay? And the reason that we call these people next, the directories would be church directory, prep school directory, neighborhood directory, your mom and dad are part of some type of association directory. Just lists of phone numbers of people who you might not know, but you're definitely affiliated with because of that directory, that church, a synagogue, that place of worship. So that's the third gear. And then the fourth gear, we call these recommendations. These are people that you're not affiliated with. You're not from that church or synagogue or neighborhood. They're not mom's coworkers, and you have no idea who they are. They're a friend of a friend of a friend, a recommendation later on. And I'll be honest with you, you don't even have the time, not that you don't want to, but you don't have the time to see recommendations. And I would say safely, if you do it right, till next summer. In fact, I'd say the soonest some of you might be able to start seeing real recommendations, maybe the fall semester and probably winter break, but for sure next summer if you follow what we teach you here. Because you just have so many, either friends and family, if that's a larger family and friend unit that you're from, but these will just expand your names to so many different people. You just have to make sure you find the phone number and make sure that you network to find the contacts, okay? Fortune 500 magazine says that the average person knows about 1,000 people by name, by face, or by acquaintance. So if you think about that, and that doesn't even include some of you who are from your area that have large families or large neighborhoods and play sports. If that's you, it's even bigger. But even the smallest of families who keep to themselves have thousands of people, 1,000 people plus that they might know by name, acquaintance, relationship, or association. Okay? So your managers right now are going to hand out what's called a thought jogger sheet. Okay? So I'm going to give them 10 seconds right now. They're going to hand out a sheet that gives you a list of different thought joggers. Some of these we covered in training the first day. Some of these were given to you before you even started. But I want you to take your respective thought jogger, and in just a bit, we're going to have you run through and write down names of people that pop up into your mind when you read through the respective thought jogger. Okay? And that's just in just a bit. But here's what I want you to think about. If you played sports or some type of extracurricular activity, I mean, not just the people that are on your team and their moms, but the coaches. And then if you played soccer, did you play club soccer? Did you play high school soccer? Did you play recreational league soccer? How about high school, middle school, and so forth? I've sold so much Cutco to previous sports teams, not just college, but high school all the way back.
Yep.
What if you're part of a church community or a synagogue or a temple, place of worship? Not that you know all these people, but you're affiliated. And once you get a directory, there are easy ways, again, through the different phone approaches where you can call through those, different networks. If you're part of a school system where you went, K through 8 at one school that has a direct feeder to a high school, or in middle school, every possible teacher, every student, think about how many people you graduated with, how many people in your graduating class. Raise your hand right now in your office if you had a graduating class of 50 or less, okay? You're one of those 50. So there are 49 other people that if you know the right phone approach, we can call those parents. Think about if you went first through 8th grade at a certain school. There are 8 teachers from 1st grade through 8th grade that we can teach you how to call.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it doesn't even include the people that, what if you went to a bigger high school? 100 people graduating the class. There are high schools in some of your territories, in our territory in Fort Lauderdale, where we have a school that has 2,500 people, I believe, that graduate from a senior class. That's one person out of 2,500. There's 2,400 contacts. So just from the people in your graduating class, a year above, a year below, people don't have even the time to show recommendations, and they have hundreds, and in many cases, thousands of dollars worth of business just from one circle like that. And there's a whole thought jug of all these networks, mom's work, siblings, friends. My sister played club soccer, and she was really good. She played all the way to Division I college, semi-pro. And all the teams she played on, I didn't play on them, but I just networked because those were acquaintances, and I was able to generate lots of names. So I just want you to have an open mind. I think that's really important. And here's what's really cool about showing people that you haven't seen in a while, okay? I want to be careful here before I proceed, because there's a term that we use for year 2 and 3. The people that we sort of know, the people that we're affiliated with, in our company, we call those the chicken list. And the chicken lists are people where, I really want to call them, but I feel a little weird calling them. And here's my thought for you. What's the worst that happens? What is the worst that happens?
Say no.
Okay? You call them and they say no. What's worse than that? You call, they say no, and they're rude. And ready? If they're that rude, well, guess what? Now you know. And you don't have to show them any presentation, and we know to cross them off the list. No harm, no foul, as they say. But what's the best case scenario? The best case scenario, in my personal experience, is Suren Theron, who was the first person I called for my acquaintance list in my advanced training 1 on Monday. And my manager said, who's the first person? I said, Miss Suren Theron. She's a MAC customer. She's got 3 kids. She goes to our church, and she loves to cook. She's the middle school church choir director. That was kind of funky and weird. My manager said, just call her. And I called Suren Theron. Long story short, she was so excited to see me. She knew me really well, more than I knew she knew me. She knew my family. I didn't know that. But from the church connection, Galley +6, 22 recommendations, and 21 out of her 22 were purchases. And I almost didn't call her because she's on the chicken list. So here's my tip. You can't be chicken. You have to be excited, okay? And this can network your customers to a large degree. And one thing I want to share, why it's so exciting to show these people Cutco. It's part of that M3PG experience. It's part of the job and what creates skills for life is because at 17, 18, 19, 20, college, high school, you're able to network and talk to 30 plus soccer moms. You're able to talk to MAC customers well before anyone your age. Most people your age are only able to text mom and dads. That's the degree of their communication comfort.
Okay, I'm gonna move past the video so we get to it. But what's the main point? And you heard this on Friday from me already. What's the main point of this video?
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared, and you have plenty of customers, okay? If you feel like, right, and I get this all the time on Monday, I feel like I'm running out of customers, then you just don't know that these are people we're going to teach to call today. You have hundreds of customers. So what I want you to do is go through the sheet real quick, go to the memory joggers, and same exercise. I'm going to give you a few moments. I want you to go through, and any name that pops up of a MAC customer, when you read through some of those, here's what I want you to do. Sandwich. Oh, okay. I want you to write the names down, and it'll give you an idea of who you need to find phone numbers for. Okay, so we're just going to take 2 to 3 minutes. You can either write them on the back of this, preferred, or you can put it right into your notebook, and anyone that pops to mind. And the goal is to get the process rolling for increasing your customers. Let me give you a few moments here. You're going to be actively writing names of people that come to mind or directories that come to mind and get them on your notebook. you another minute. You're certainly not going to get through the whole list, but I want to make a point here in just a second. Okay, stop for a second. And just real quick, how many new names did you write down? It's not a ton because I only gave you 2 minutes. Jordan, how many new ones?
4.
4, okay. Sydney?
6.
6. 5, okay. So that was just 2 minutes. You were able to increase by an average of 4 to 6 customers. And all you would need to do is find those phone numbers. You got to talk mom, dad, directories. But I just want to show you, you're going to have a ton more customers that it doesn't matter how many people are in your friends and family. One of you told me on Thursday, I have like a really small family. It doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with your family. This is acquaintances. You just can't be chicken, okay? So let me show you, and one of your assignments is to work on that list here. So I want to go back to the video, to this next section. Okay, and we'll go here. Okay, here we are talking about, this is all the job offer, and to get the phone numbers. What I want to do is create a brand new list for you. I'm going to use a different color here. And I want to talk to you about your brand new attack list, and I'm going to give you an assignment between now and advanced training 1. Okay, so here's your new list. I'll use the same color. Here's your new list. The first thing I want you to write down, go to a brand new sheet of paper. I want you to write down and this is what you're going to prioritize. So when you finish the advanced training today, when you start making phone calls, you're going to prioritize reschedules. Anyone that you saw from your friends and family this weekend, they were set up for an appointment, but they rescheduled. That's the first person. Those are easy to call. Then the second priority on your list are callbacks. Who are people that you never got a chance to set up an appointment with? They're more than happy to help you. They love you. It's just that they weren't available. You had to call them back. Third, how about any virtual appointments that you didn't set up with your friends and family, with the closest people, the easiest sales? Remember, we sell so much Cutco, and it doesn't have to be live. It's the same philosophy of J.Crew. You can go to J.Crew and buy it. You can go to jcrew.com and buy it. It's the same experience. And nowadays, with our generation and the way things are now in our times, people are more apt to buy sometimes online. So put down all your virtual appointments. And then the next one is anyone from your initial list. I know that in many offices, the assignment is 30 or more numbers, 50. Some of you came up with 100 or more numbers. This is the order of priority right now, okay? The next priority, and this is what's gonna happen, your manager's now gonna teach you how to call acquaintances. That's the next person you're gonna call, whether it's today, tomorrow, or your next big phone jam Wednesday at advanced training. It's all the acquaintances that you're gonna brainstorm right now on that sheet. Okay, so we'll add those, you'll get phone numbers, you'll have time between now and Wednesday to do that. And then later, I'm gonna put a big 3 question marks. Later, and when I say later, I mean maybe next summer, possibly winter break, fastest, sometime at the end of the summer. You'll at some point call recommendations. You're gonna have so many to choose from, but okay. So this is, when you put together your new list, this is how I want you to do it, okay? So everyone understand? We were talking about how many people rescheduled. So those are the first, okay, let me get to those people. Then if they told me to call them back because I couldn't get them within my 3-day window, who's virtual that you could show Cutco to that you didn't set up yet, and then who's on the rest of your list that you haven't gotten to. Like they're not your top 10, but number 15 through 30, let's say. And then you can also start calling acquaintances. So if you have a real small family, I think you were saying that, then you're on to acquaintances a lot faster. That's fine. This is fair game. So turn to page 29. Okay. And now you know this is the approach for calling people that you sort of know, chicken list. This is for anyone that for some reason you don't know really well from mom's dance studio. Yeah, you would use this instead of, oh, hey, like the approach you know now is if you're calling someone that you're talking to all the time. This is an acquaintance where it's been a while. Okay, so I'm going to walk through. We're not going to role play it, but I'm going to show you how to go through it. Hi, Miss Sydney. This is, you can put down your name if you want. How are you? Good. I don't know if my name rings a bell, but my mom was actually your daughter's dance teacher. Yeah, how are you? They'll usually cut you off by the time they know who you are. Or the second example, hey, how are you, Miss Sydney? I don't know if my name rings a bell, but I actually went to school with Casey over at St. Thomas Aquinas. How are you? Yeah, we graduated together. Good. How's it going? Good. Or the third one, hi, Miss Sydney. This is Jeff Gamboa. How are you? I don't know if my name rings a bell, but I actually live down the street. I'm over in the white corner house. Yes, the one with that's us, with the red car. That's us. How are you? So what am I doing in the beginning? I'm teaching you how to connect with the customer. Then you just read it. I was hoping you could help me out with something I'm doing for school. Do you have a quick second? So what I do is show a quick presentation to people in my community like you on a product called Cutco. You may already know about Cutco. Either way, it's a lot of fun, and the best part is I get paid just to do the appointment, so there's no pressure to buy. And the more appointments I do, the better chance I have to hit my goal. Mrs. Jones, so I would write down customer name in that blank so you don't mess that up by accident. So write down customer name in parentheses. I'm in a huge contest, and I'm supposed to do, I would put # #, blank appointments by, and then put parentheses day. #appointments by parentheses day. Say that right here. And what day do you give them? How many days out? 3 days out. Good. And I only need # again. 4 more to hit my goal. 1 more to hit my goal. 12 more. I'm behind to hit my goal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. It means a lot to me. Get directions, and then you wrap up. Great. Can you write down my name? And again, it's Lexi Hayes, right? Along with our appointment time. And Mrs. Gamboa, my confirmation number is, what's the number? 3899. Thanks again so much. Can't wait to meet you. Really appreciate your help. I'll see you day and time. Okay. So here's my next assignment for you. Okay. My next assignment is Power Hour. Now in college, I know Power Hour sometimes has a different meaning. Not that I would know what that means, right? You guys know Power Hours in college?
No, happy hour.
Never mind. I won't dirty your minds then. Okay. Just when in 1 hour you try to consume as much Kool-Aid and ice water as possible before you go out. Okay. Power Hour. Pre-game.
Yeah.
Different time. Okay. I must be old. Power Hour for us is every week. There's 2 major phone jam days where we book up the next 3 days. Do you remember from Friday? Sunday and Wednesday. Okay. So before every Wednesday and before every Sunday, we want to make sure you have 1 hour set where you're working on this attack list, where you reorganize your names. Because right now when you're new, you got numbers all over the place. You got some on the phone here, some in your notebook. Where the heck did I put that number for mom? If you take 1 hour, no distractions, not an appointment, if you focus, it helps you have a way more productive phone session versus the last 2 phone sessions you've had, Friday night with us and today, are just kind of still scrambled. Okay, so this is my effort to make you more organized. If you open up your training manual real quick, turn to page 25. So you have, what's the first day we started writing down? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday's today. Now turn to page 26. You should have the following. You should have Tuesday with the sales leadership development meeting. Okay. Wednesday with advanced training 2. So you want to put, you guys have that in your schedule. What time is that?
4:30.
4:30. Thursday and Friday's open. What I want you to do between now and Wednesday advanced training at 4:30, I want you to take an hour where you're going to work on your attack list. Just put it into your schedule now. Just say Power Hour / work on your attack list.
What happens on Thursday?
I'm sorry?
What happens on Thursday?
Nothing. Just open. I'm talking about, I want you to have an hour between now. So tonight, preferably not tonight, right? You do your demo. So between Tuesday and Wednesday, pick a spot. Make sure it's not within 2 hours of an appointment where you're going to work just on your attack list. Cool. Got it. When's yours, Ms. Lexi?
Wednesday, 8:30.
Wednesday. Beautiful. So in the morning. Good.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. Beautiful. Jordan, how about you?
Wednesday at 3.
Okay. Post, make sure you put in your schedule. Okay. Beautiful. So let's do this. Let me give you your assignments. So you can go to the back of the training manual. And these are our assignments that are going to be due by Wednesday when I see you again. It's like this, back cover. And assignments for advanced training here, all the way to the right. Okay. Number 1, be ready to pass your skills check. So the skills check is going to be on Wednesday, and Luke's going to have you do your closing for him. Don't take any time at home to practice and rehearse, because you will already be doing it by doing what? Appointments. So this is not something to put work into. I just want you to know Luke's going to have you do your close word for word, and this is where we start to get into one-on-one coaching. Instead of doing groups like this with the training, I can say, Jordan, I know exactly what to fix. Okay, when you're writing down the prices, it looks way small. Let me show you how to write it. That's one thing. Or Sydney, oh, perfect. You know how you pause there? Don't pause there, pause here, and listen to the difference. We're going to do that on Wednesday. Number 2, the goal sheet with pictures. So the one that has your school picture, your picture of you, it's school related, your school logo, and then a picture of you, friends and family. I want to see that in your blue book all prepared, please.
This is by Wednesday?
By Wednesday, yeah. Number 3, minimum. Now, of course, this is not the maximum because you're going to go for way more, but at least get 4 appointments done between now and when I see you Wednesday. At least 4. Now, some of you will knock most of that out tonight, but at a bare minimum, we got to get to 4. Okay. This is what we just covered, the new attack list. I would like to see 30 to 50 or more new numbers ready and organized from your power hour when you come in on Wednesday. And Wednesday, you can expect to book your whole weekend. If you do it right, you should get anywhere between 8 on the low end up to 15, 20 appointments. Okay. And then last thing here, don't forget for the 10K coaching, every morning at 8 o'clock, we have Champions Club. And Luke will talk to you about that later. But the more coaching we can give you, do you feel like today was helpful? Get some tips? Yeah, so every morning we have the opportunity to give that type of coaching. And John and Vika were 2 people that came in this morning. Disregard the date and disregard the time. But tomorrow's sales leadership meetings with Sydney and Lexi so far and ready. You can get to over 1,000 tonight. You can qualify for the meeting. It's not till 3 o'clock tomorrow. So plenty of time for you to qualify. I promise you that meeting tomorrow is better than any session you've had with me yet. It's better than today. It's better than the high flyer coaching. It's better than the 2 days. And it will help you so more. It's going to be from 3 to 7 tomorrow, and we'll have students from all across Florida either networking in virtually, or they'll be here live. For example, we have reps from Miami, Kendall, Fort Myers, Boca Raton, Naples area.
It's here.
It's going to be right here, home base. You don't have to travel. And then last thing, and Luke's going to talk about checking in. I won't talk about this, but Luke's going to talk about WhatsApp and how to get things rolling. Okay. So far, so good. I would like the top 1 or 2 things you learned today that are giving you more confidence and you feel like are giving you more skill for the job. So go through. Give me one or 2.
Definitely the way we can wheel and deal.
Okay, good. Give me a second one.
Increasing my list.
There you go. Good. So you have more customers than you think. Good.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Definitely increasing my list, and then I like how I know how to do the equation now to bump your price down, because it's just confidence. Like you know, so I don't have to call the office and be like.
It's all confidence.
Yeah, confidence.
And you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Good. And then how about you, Lex?
I would say my list, and I like that we know how to use the point system. I don't really know if it gave me any confidence because I don't really know what deals I can make. I don't have memorized everything in like the price list.
And you know it's great. That's why we tell you not to memorize the price list. Just you'll get more comfortable as you do more appointments. And the key is calling us.
Okay.
Like your job training has 0. There was not one time we said you need to have this price list memorized to get a deal. The only thing I said is you have to be able to call us, and by your 15th or 20th, usually, Luke, when you start to know the price list, like between 10 and 20, you know the list because you've done it so many times. It's the same reason why page 16 right now is way better than when you walked in here. Why? You did it 4 times, 5 times.
Yeah.
Okay. So awesome. So this next section, this is my favorite part. It's where Luke takes over. This is where we're going to, number 1, talk to you about what to do with all the people that responded on social media. Number 2, we're going to use that 3rd phase of how to get friends for you to go to Cancun, and that's how do we call from your phone to get people in for the job. But I want to get you excited here. I want to get you incentive here, because this coming training, we really want to build our championship team really aggressive, and we want to not put people then who, oh, I'll start in 2 weeks. Like we want people excited now. And we also want to get you your chance for your contest. So in an effort to help you get more friends on the team, and Luke's going to take over, every person that trains this coming week, so all the people that you saw in the interview when we started the training, all the people that come in from what we're about to do now, we're going to give you an extra $1,000 in Fast Start credit for every friend that finishes training this week. So you had 3 friends in the interview, right? Roughly. If all 3 get selected, and I don't know how the interviews went, and if all 3 finish the training, and if all 3 sell at least their first promotion, which they all do, I'm going to give you 3 extra $1,000 on your Fast Start. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're at 7,000 for your Fast Start, but you had 3 friends came in and sold for this week. Then you're at 10,000 and you're going to hit VIP night. Let's say you're at 12,000 and you hit your 10K, but you fell short of the trip. That's 15K. If you sell 12,000, but you have 3 friends this week, you're going to go to Cancun because it'll get you. Okay. So what I'm trying to bring emphasis to is not just get friends in, but get friends in when? Like right away. Okay. So I'm going to turn things over to Luke, and Luke's going to talk about how to set this up. And remember, the most important thing is Luke's going to show you what to do and how to get your friends on the phone. Long story short, you're going to call your friend because it's your number. They're going to pick up, and you're going to slide the phone to Luke. And here's what I want you to say, and nothing different. I don't want you to explain the job.
Kirsten, can you come outside and sit into my office? Step into my office.
That was weird.
My phone is not pushing itself. That's very creepy. I feel like someone just hacked my phone this time. Okay, anyway. Let's say I call, let's say Lex is one of my good friends. Lex's boyfriend is my boy from school. What's your boyfriend's name?
Luke.
Luke, okay. Is it really?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's a great name. Well, I'm sure he's a great guy. Let's say I'm calling Lexi, and she obviously picks up because I'm her boyfriend's best friend, right? She'll say, "Hey Jeff, hey Lexi, what's going on? How are you? Good. Hey, I'm at work right now with my manager. Can you talk to him real quick?" Sure. And then you give it to Luke, and he'll take care of the rest. Okay. And then what Luke will do is Luke will get onto the phone with them. He'll exchange numbers. They'll talk, and he'll give you your phone back. When he gives you your phone back, you can dial the next person. And then our goal is for you to each of you set anywhere between 4 to 6 more friends so that you can capitalize on the $1,000 credits, and we can help you get to Cancun faster. Cool? Okay. Luke, you're up. Turn things over. All right.
Awesome. So, like he told you, we obviously called a lot of your friends the other night, and so most of them don't answer. Because I don't know if you guys answer when you get a phone call from a number you don't know, but personally, I don't. So. I think we set up 9 of yours. I think we have a lot of yours set up as well. I think we sent yours too. So just like you said, basically all you want to say, you don't want to be describing the position a ton because that's what we're here for. So it's, hey, my manager has a quick question for you. Can you talk real quick? All right. And that's it. So what I'm going to do is I got this veggie peeler. All right. You guys know, I know you don't know the price list, but you know how much the veggie peeler goes for? Who is the price list? I want to see it.
42.
42. All right, so I'm giving you $42 right here. You can either sell it for cash, you can give it out for recommendations, or you can give it to your mom for a late birthday. Cool. So whoever gets the most, I'm going to give this. All right. Now, if everyone gets at least 5, all 3 of you, so we get 15 set up, 5 from all 3 of you, I will give you each the Girl Scout cookie box of your choice. Does that sound pretty cool? So we got a box in the back, and I saw this group, and I know.
We're not joking. So. I just tried to help my region manager, aka boss's daughter, win Girl Scout cookies. So I might have gone ham.
And we just got a big box.
I might have 50 boxes of Girl Scout cookies.
Maybe. Now, if we get all 100 of your friends set up, I will give you all 50 boxes. But for now, whoever gets the most, veggie peeler. If we all get 5, box of Girl Scout cookies for each of you. Is that cool? Awesome. So here's how it's going to work. Josie and I are going to be with Lexi. All right, Team Lexi, we're going to win. Sydney, you're going to be over here. Actually, both of you are going to be with both of them. And what we're going to do is once they call, all right, once you call and you hand it to them, we're going to just give a brief introduction. And if they're interested, we're going to have them, we're going to call them on our phone so that you can go to the next person. That's why everyone's got at least 2 people working with them. Okay. So for yours, since we sent like text and stuff, we'll just be going through your phone with who you think is best. And for yours, we'll have a list so you know who's answered, who hadn't answered, all that kind of stuff.
Can you reference the triple threat too?
Oh, yeah. So triple threat. All right. Remember, you guys posted on there. You have the social media ones. Those at the end, we're just going to write those down so that we can give them a call later because those people are already interested. They're most likely going to answer the phone anyway. So we don't need to call them from your phone. Does that make sense? So those ones we'll be able to set up right after. Okay.
Okay. Sounds
Awesome.
good.
Let's
So
get
break
it.
'em.